Hey everybody, it looks like we are live, which is very cool. I hope everyone is having a great Wednesday. So this is exciting part 7. Rarely do we go to part 7, but this was a very detailed painting. Well, it still is a very detailed painting. And basically I wanted to really get in there and really go forward with it. So we have a nice group here today. Let's see who we have. Willie, how you doing? How's life? How's life treating you, sir? All the way from New England, we have Patty. Good to see you. So glad you're here. And Brad, all the way from Canada, and John from Wisconsin. And we have Color Graphics from Jersey. Oh, so Roy is watching from the big screen. That is very cool. Very cool to see you, sir. And then we have Total Payne, John Payne, good to see you, all the way from beautiful lakes of New York State. So he lives in a real beautiful place there. Hillbilly Abel, how are you? All the way from Nevada, good to see you. And then we have Blue, and Blue, I believe you're from New York City, if I'm not mistaken. And Patty, where are you from? So I like to see the full tapestry of where everyone is from, you know. It's very nice to see that. So Blue is from Nueva York, New York. Very, very cool. So we have a good group today, as always. I don't get hung up on numbers, I get hung up on people. So I'm always happy when the people that are here, I don't get impressed by the number, but by the quality. And this week is just another quality group of people, you know. Patty says that she's from Boring, Illinois. Is that a town or is that a commentary? Illinois is pretty cool. I like Illinois. Willie says you have people from all over. That is so true. Todd, San Diego, California. The home of Ron Burgundy. From, what was that? Anchorman. Hey, Rick, how you doing? How's it going? Good to see you, my friend. Rick, could you refresh my memory where you're from, sir? So, yeah, it seems like we have all 4 corners of the United States, which is great. Hey there, Mr. Bill, how you doing? Bill is from New Jersey, so not too far from me. So we got 3 Jersey boys in the house. And then Raul, how you doing? Where are you from, Raul? You're from the New York City area, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, Missouri, yes. I used to go out to St. Louis. I dated a girl out in St. Louis a long time ago, but that was really beautiful city. I love their little art museum and their zoo. Very nice. Very, very nice indeed. Hey, Nameless, how's it going? Yes, still on this project. We are on it until it's done. And so, you know, that's the whole thing that I teach as well, Raul, Nameless, is to have that patience to see it through, to get to the point where you just look at your artwork and go, it's done. And so that's what I always want to teach in my live stream. I'm always glad you're here, Nameless. It's always so cool to see you. Somerset, New Jersey. 4 Jersey boys in the house. That's amazing. And so, Nameless, where are you from? Oh, right, so we got 2 Canadians. Rick Latta, he is from Victoria, British Columbia. That is great. That is so fantastic. Oh, so Rick is about 280 miles southeast of St. Louis. Oh, how cool. Very, very neat. So I'm so glad that I could, you know, hang out with everybody and look at all the different places of the country and actually the continent, because we have, you know, Canada's in the house, which is great. Love my Canadians. Canadians are cool. Honestly. You guys are just guys and girls over in Canada. Always impress me. Always, always, always. So, where are we? so what we're gonna do, packing peanuts. These are good when you're working in pastels. That's for a live stream to be named later. Put them over there. All right, so we have to fire up 2 airbrushes. Remember the light mixture and the medium mixture at this point. We fired 2 airbrushes up. And let's see, Todd says, you know, Tim, I was doing crowd control with security when they were shooting Anchorman at SeaWorld. Wow, that must have been so cool. That's a funny movie. And Brad says, Victoria is one of the most beautiful cities in the world. Wow, that's so cool. That I have to check out myself. Okay, airbrush number 1 is going to be, this is going to be the medium mixture. And you see here is my Extreme Patriot 105 with the nice big cup, and it's the extreme customized version. So let me go ahead and fire this bad boy up here. Put on the fan, it's getting hot already. It wasn't hot before, but it seems like once live stream starts, that's when it gets hot. So, okay. We'll put some medium mixture in here. Where is the medium mixture? Here you go, that's the medium mixture. I have a better glove over there. Always, when you put ink in your airbrush, far away from your artwork. Very far. Maybe even the next room. Just kidding. But definitely far. And then once you put something in your airbrush, you just want to do a quick test. Make sure you're not spraying water. Everything looks good. Bam! Okay, now for the light mixture. So now we're going to come here. Come here, we're going to put this to the air hose. And we're going to put some light mixture in here. Sometimes with the light mixture, I may add a little water to it just to give myself a little more control. Be right back. And what I'll do to give myself a little more control with the light mixture is I'll actually dump it into the cup there, and I'll put just a little bit of water, usually 50-50. I find when I do this, I get even more control. Ah, here we go. Fits like a glove. All right, so just gives me a little more control. As everyone knows, in airbrush, I'm a control freak. And let me put that in here. So yeah, when it comes to my YouTube channel, I don't give a flying you-know-what about numbers. I just care about people. That's all I care about. If I have 3 good people, then I'm happy with those 3 good people. You know? Oh my God, Nameless says he does it right over the artwork. Oh man, that's brave, that's for sure. Willie says I should go on tour. Thank you, my friend. I appreciate that. Because I'm fire. Thanks, Blue. I appreciate that. Okay, so here we are. So I have my reference, and let me see if I can find the reference of the photo that I had for you guys. And is it... Okay, I'm going to add it as a source. Let's do that. We'll go media. And just bear with me, my friends. It'll just take one moment. Downloads. And she should be somewhere here. There she is. Okay, so you guys can reference what I'm talking about. So you see how it's much darker down here? So what I want to do is I want to add some media mixture and bring that, but I also don't want to destroy my paper. So I'm going to use some paper here and just not kill my board. Okay, so now I have my media mixture. So also you want to make sure the magnets are towards the edge because you don't want billowing underneath, right? So that's, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thanks, Blue. Thanks, Patty. And thanks, Nameless. I really appreciate that. Okay, so let's go ahead. And I'm just going to darken up the bottom because you want to create that sense of air, right? And you don't want to oversaturate the paper. It's already saturated enough. So you have to be very careful. And I'm going very slowly. Remember, 25 psi, right? And I have a pack valve, so I adjust it from there. That's the best thing from sliced bread. This right here is better than any Mac valve out there. That's for sure, because it's ever so precise. You have much more range than if you have an Iwata or any other airbrush that has a built-in valve control. So that's why I love it too. Plus, on my custom Extreme Patriot arrow, I put a custom spring there to give you even more precise adjustments. Hey Colette, good to see you. So glad you're here. So as you can see, it lightens up as it goes towards here. So I'm gonna be wary not to go too close to there. And here on the face, if we look at this closely, it's a little darker here. So we're going to increase my distance to maybe, I would say maybe about 9 inches away. Remember, the further you're away, the more you're going to get a beautiful gradation and a smooth spray, because the cone is getting bigger. As the cone's getting bigger, the droplets getting wider, and they cover a lot more evenly. So if you're doing background, never do it close, because it's going to be not fun. It's going to be blotchy, and I know you don't want that. See right here, it is lighter by her face, but not this much. So I'm just going to calm this down, and of course I have the medium mixture, which is not too dark, so I can make micro adjustments. If I came in with the dark mixture, it would get too dark too soon. Remember, too dark too early, too bad. Just evening that up. Now, of course, whenever I lift this up, you never know what you're going to get on the other side, like a box of chocolates. And so we're just going to have to adjust if we do see anything funky happening. But since I do have a piece of Mylar, it's a lot better than if this was a piece of paper and we did the footballs as in the earlier technique that we used to do. And that's those who actually follow me. You can definitely see that as my technique does expand, I share that with you. I really feel that your artwork needs to be like an organic living organism in a sense. You know, it really needs to be growing. and shifting and getting more efficient and doing new exciting things. That's what I want for you all, is I want you to continue growing that. If you look at the work from 6 months from now, you'll look back at what you're doing now and be like, wow, I really did grow. You know, I am doing things differently. I am getting more sophisticated, you know. And I'm just going to pull that down a little bit. And let's go over here. And let's pull this over here. So I'm just going to smooth everything out, make the background not as beautiful as her. That's impossible. But we are trying to have the model sit in a really nice, beautiful environment that feels atmospheric. Everything needs to be taken into consideration. I'm going to darken this area one more time, really get that feeling of air as it comes up here. Notice how, since I didn't oversaturate, I'm getting a really nice sense of air and also the texture. It's not warping or anything. So we always have to make sure. I'm going to go and put myself on the big screen here so I can see what I'm doing. Let me see here. My videos. There we are. I'm going to make sure I mute myself. I'm going to look at my picture to see if it's too green or whatever. Bear with me. Okay, so I see that it's a little highly saturated, so let's lower that. Let me see how that looks. And then I could micro adjust here. And then it looks like the little green, doesn't it? Whoop, green. Right there. Hopefully it's better. Let me lower the saturation a little bit. Let's see how my hand, oh, it's a little bit. I'll put my hand there. We'll lower the saturation just a bit. There we go. Okay, I think that's a little bit better, I hope. Okay, so, moment of truth. Let's take off the magnets. And see if it looks better. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Okay, so that looks pretty good, but I still think it's too dark. So let me adjust it. I might be the ISO. So bear with me, everybody. I'm just going to adjust the picture quality. Let me put it up to 400 ISO, right? And then I'll lower the aperture a little bit. I think that looks a little bit better. And then, let's see if I could lower the contrast. Oh, the wrong way. Maybe make it a little bit darker. That looks immensely better. What do you guys think as far as the picture quality? I think I did a good job in fixing the picture. Thanks, Willie. I appreciate that. Yeah, I was a little out there, you know, but I'm glad I stuck with it and fixed that for you. And so, let's see. So, okay, so always look for the things that, you know, I've been avoiding since the beginning for whatever reason. Oh, thank you, Brad. I appreciate that. So what we're going to do now is I want to work on those beautiful hairs, right? You know, right here, these beautiful hairs. So I'm going to get out my liner brush, and then I'm going to start painting with the light mixture, and then from the light mixture maybe we'll move on over to the medium mixture. And remember, you always want to have a scrap piece of paper, and the scrap piece of paper you always want to have the same paper, and I do happen to have a scrap piece of paper right here. Pow! There we go. Alright, so, and I do have my water. Let's see. Make sure my water is here, and I have my ink. So we're going to start with the light mixture. So whenever you're doing anything with ink or anything like that, you always want to make sure that you get rid of the excess water. I can't tell you how important it is. And also you don't want to hold it way up here, right? If you don't want to be choking up on the brush, you want to hold it way back here so you can just sort of drag it along the surface. Remember, those who brag about the whole painting being an airbrush, they're nonsense. Just, you know, if that makes them happy and gives them the best job, definitely, but it doesn't mean anything. It's just the quality of the painting. So if you ever need to use anything else, pencil or anything, don't feel bad. Just whatever feels comfortable to you, you do it, you know, within reason, of course. So you see, I'm just going to choke back a little bit, and I'm just going to come down, and we're going to work on those hairs. Now you don't want to be reaching over and bringing your brush across your painting, even though it's a little less comfortable for me right now. I get to the point, if you all are the same, that your studio kind of slowly becomes out of control, disaster, and then you have to one day just really tackle it, and that's where I am right now. I have to tackle my studio. So you see, I'm going to pull back and hold it further back so I can just drag this along. And it's the light mixture, so I'm going to be coming in with the medium mixture and then maybe the dark mixture a little bit later, you know. Thank you. Patty says that she looks better in the reference. I really appreciate that. Thanks, Rick. I appreciate it. And let's continue. See right here we have it coming from over here. I love this. This is such a cool, a really cool hairstyle that she has. I mean, it's definitely not what drew me to the picture, but it's like an added bonus, right? Go. So let's actually mix in some medium mixture in here. Again, far away from your painting. And since we have the brush out, we can look around and see where we can use that brush. Since you have it out anyway, right? Might as well. Now we can also use that crow quill, which is really fantastic as well, which is good. This is a perfect airbrush for this, paintbrush for this technique. It's available on my website, paintedcliffs.com, and I do have several available to sell right now. We have some hairs right here. And we can darken the hairs here. So this is the detail of the details right here. So you definitely don't want to do this in the early going. This is the end of the game. So you want to save this because you have so many things to adjust and develop, and you wouldn't do this early. It would kind of throw off the values and everything. So you definitely want to save that for the end, as we are doing now. Okay, here's a nice dark right here in the ear. Sort of like the closet that's in a dark room. That's kind of the feeling you get with that little dark of the ear here. Let's sharpen this edge here. Really want to feel that ear coming forward from her neck. So you see how I kind of put that dark right up against it, and no fuzziness. Because I'm directing the eye, right? We're directing the eye. We're not leaving it up to, anything by chance. We're doing it. We're being decisive. Okay, so since we're here, we're going to continue looking for where else we could bring this beautiful dark that we have. And let's see. I think we really nailed the values pretty well. But let's see right here on the nostril. Yeah, if I went too dark there, it would actually kind of upset the tonal tapestry. But I can go a little darker as it gets further up the nostril. So you see I can just give that a little punch, and that's pretty good. So Todd asked, what is the size of the brush? This is Winsor & Newton Cotman, and I love this brush. Let me see if I can focus it for you. Hey, whoop, let me lighten it up. There we go, Winsor & Newton Cotman. It is also 333, and it's a rigger brush, or it's also called a liner brush, but this is a rigger brush. That's what Winsor & Newton is calling it. So it's very long, tapered hairs, very inexpensive. You don't want to be spending a lot of money on something that you use only for a very small part of your painting, but you want it to work. So that's why I picked this one. So Blue says, Tim, have you seen the ceramic blades? Oh, those are really cool, definitely. I did see them. Do they really work? Are they very sharp? Let's see. Okay, so we're going to come down here on the bottom of her hair. So as you can see, we're just doing little touch-ups here and there. Not touch-ups, but fine detailing. Bringing it all together. Now when you have hair, it's not just a long hair that comes down like spaghetti, but it's sort of broken up. So you'll see some dark hair here, and then it'll stop, and then you'll see it pick up here, but not on the same line. And then you'll see a little bit come down here. It's a little fatter, and then it sort of fades out, and then you have just something here.